Hi, I'm Cynthia. Welcome to my Body, Mind, and Spirit channel. Hope you all are doing great. Today I am discussing the trauma of hair loss. So many of you have gone through this or are going through it. I've had 2 bouts with it. The first one was when I was in my early 20s. I was in college at the time, and I had a full load with school. I also worked full time, and my mom was diagnosed with a neuromuscular illness. So the stress of all that was too much for me. I started to lose my hair, and when I did, I developed these bald spots up at the top of my scalp, and then I started to develop them in the back of my head as well. Later on, when I was a bit older, I was diagnosed with cancer of the head and neck, and I lost my hair through the radiation therapy. And I always felt that hair was a very important part of a woman's body image. And I guess this is probably because I grew up in a hair salon. My mom was a hairdresser, and she always stressed how important grooming was, and that the hair should always be clean and neat and in a style that was flattering, that framed your face. So when I chose to start wearing wigs, it made all of the difference in my life. And along the way, I've met many women who tell me, you look great in wigs, but I could never pull it off. I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to stay in the baseball cap, I'm going to wear scarves, or I'm going to wear turbans, because everybody knows I'm bald and that a wig is fake hair, and I just don't want to be noticed in that way. Okay, first of all, who cares? It's your body, it's your life, it's your self-esteem, and it is your journey to healing. And how you feel about yourself makes all of the difference in the world. And the right wig can give you so much self-esteem and so much confidence that when you go out to face the day, no matter what it is you have to go through, problems start to be looked at as something that can be worked through, that there are solutions, and that you can overcome the difficulties in life. Whereas if you are setting in that downtrodden, hopeless mode where you don't care and you've given up and everything becomes, what's the point? It only ends up getting worse. So building your self-esteem affects so many other areas of your life, and it does indeed bring in that healing energy, not just the healing of the physical body, but the mind, which is where you have to start with. Okay, so today I am wearing my favorite wig, one of my favorites. Oh, this is the Gayle Wig by Paula Young in Pecan Delight. And I have several of these wigs. that I have actually cut to mid-length to match the style of my own natural hair. And I put on a wig when I'm going to have a busy day and I have a lot of errands to run, and I don't want to do the whole thing with the curlers or the curling iron. I think wigs are a great option, even if you don't have any hair loss. I also think they are far better than all the bleaching and perming. When you want to change up your look, you can nurture and preserve your own hair instead of doing so much chemical processing on it. So wigs are just great all the way around. And the biggest reason that women are unhappy with their wig purchases when they get them, they tell me that they are uncomfortable and that they have to wear all these pins in their head to get it to stay, or they have to do some type of a glue or some type of a gel because the wig is sliding back and it won't stay on. And the only reason that we have that problem to begin with is because the wig was purchased in the wrong size. Okay, so in most of your catalogs, it's going to tell you that if you're a 22 to 23 inch, that puts you in a large wig cap. So you should be able to wear a nylon cap and a gel band and no pins, and your wigs should stay perfectly. I have that on my head right now underneath this wig. This is one of my belly dancing wigs. So I do chaîné turns, I do head rolls, I'm very active in this wig, and it has never moved a fraction of an inch. It's just been wonderful. So it's all in the size that you buy. Now I will tell you that most of your wigs out there come in an average size. It is harder to find wigs in a large size, especially in the upscale companies. The big name brands are very difficult. Some of them don't even make them in large at all. And they have some beautiful wigs, and you'll be very tempted to go ahead and buy one, but I wouldn't advise it because you're not going to be happy, because you're not going to be comfortable. What I do is I go ahead and I purchase the longer wigs in the large, and I have them cut to frame my face. It's very important that you have the wig cut while it is on your head. That way the stylist can get a better idea of what is going to really frame your face. I like Paula Young wigs because I think the quality is great, and for a long wig I have not had to spend $150, $300 or more. As we know, wigs can be very, very expensive. I've never paid any more than $50 or $60 for a wig of this length and this quality, and I have always been very, very happy with my wigs. Okay, the other reason women are unhappy is they tell me that the wigs have no luster, they have no bounce after a couple of washings, they look like they've been sitting on a shelf in a thrift store somewhere. That's because the wig has not been maintained properly. When you wash the wig, which you're going to want to do every 6 to 7 wears, just place it in a pan of cold water, turn it inside out, and put it in a pan of cold water with 1 cap of wig shampoo. Do not agitate the wig in any way, because all that's going to do is cause tangles. Let it soak, 20 minutes or so, and take it out, rinse it really good, and wrap it in a towel, and just gently blot it. And when you're done doing that, take fabric softener. I put about 1.5 cups to 2 cups in a bottle this size, and I fill the rest with water. And I just take my wig and I douse it. And I don't like to use the scented fabric softener because I don't like the idea of a lot of perfume on my head. I use essential oil for a light scent, and that seems to work really well. Okay, you're going to brush from the bottom up. See, no tangles. Just gently. This way you're not pulling the fibers out. It's going to make your wig last a lot longer. Okay? And then you just shake it, place it on a wig stand, and let it dry overnight. I wish you joy, peace, and wellness on your healing journey. Don't forget that when you take these wigs out, you don't have to brush them. They are synthetic. And as you go off on your journey, all you have to do is just take them out of the bag, shake them, put them on your head, and they're good to go. If you brush them, you will be brushing out the curl and a lot of the fibers. And your wig won't have a real long life if you do that. So don't treat the wigs like they are human hair. They are a garment. So you want to treat them as your finest, sexiest lingerie. I wish you a beautiful day and happy wig shopping.